Hey everybody, welcome to Freedom Ranch Homestead. Hope you're doing awesome. Glad you could join us today. So I want to give you just a little bit of background as to what we've been doing to prepare for our summer garden. The soil, as you guys know from last year, is pretty clayey. It's not the most quality soil. So I needed to do a little bit of work to kind of get a little bit more compost in there and kind of spice it up a little bit so the veggies will be nice and happy when I plant them. And so one of the things that I did was I went around and I collected cow patties. Never done that before. Well, I shouldn't say I never did that. We did collect some last year to make into kind of like a sludge to put on our corn. So this year I went and I collected a ton of it. Lots of poop around here. Gold for the garden, baby. Gold for the garden. Pretty gross, but very organic. Composted grass. That's all they eat is grass. Composted cow manure can provide a lot of benefits to your garden. It's high in organic materials and rich in lots of nutrients. And it contains about 3% nitrogen, 2% phosphorus, and 1% potassium. I am up at the garden spot. As you can see, we put a fence around the garden for this year. This is from last year. We had to clean it all up before we till out the ground, but I am now going to just kind of toss the manure around, and then when we till it up, it will blend on in with the dirt. 2 Ranger loads, spread it out. Does not look like much. And then we're also going to be putting in the hog pen hay from there. And then I have some composting that I did. And then we will till it all up. And hopefully our veggies will be very happy this summer. Good work, puppies. So last March was when I collected all of the cow dung, and believe me, there was plenty to go around. And then Chuck and I also had collected the composted hay that had been sitting in the cow pen, and we did that also in March, and then spread it out through the garden as well, which was quite a physical task. We brought Big Red up to the garden so that I can start unloading all of the hay mixture into the garden. I'm going to spread it out the best that I can. I got the first truckload spread out pretty nicely. I had quite a workout. That was a challenge. We do have one more truckload to spread on top of this as well, and a little bit more towards the entrance to the garden. I know I'm going to absolutely love my hard work and seeing the results when all of the vegetables sprout up and we eat extremely healthy this summer. I did not put any here, and the reason for that is we are putting our raised beds along this side of the fence, and this part right in here will be a walkway. Just need to get it mixed in with the soil, and hopefully it will help produce some amazing vegetables for this year. That's what I'm hoping for. Yum, yum. I came up to the garden and found this. Look at how gorgeous that dirt looks. Great job. The boys are being put to work. So now it's time to till it all up. That looks beautiful. I'm definitely more hopeful this year for a good garden. Once we had the garden all tilled up, we went back and laid out a tarp for ground cover to keep the weeds from coming up. I'm not a huge fan of the tarp. I think it's kind of ugly, but Chuck is the one who has done gardening in the past, and he has told me that he spent hours as a kid hoeing through the garden and has just found this to be a lot easier way to keep the weeds down. And so we're gonna give it a try again this year. I will eventually add some straw on top to kind of cover it up. We have finished laying out the first row of the tarping, the weed protector. So we were gonna plant our berries, but in all honesty, I'm frozen. It's in the 20s right now and my toes can't feel anything. Are you okay with us going inside?
I'm good either way.
Okay. You don't mind this freezing cold weather. Me, on the other hand, I am a wimp.
I'm gonna rototill that.
Okay, for the wildflowers?
Yeah, for the wildflowers.
Okay, I'll follow you.
And get that, and then I'm gonna go finish up my food plots.
Okay.
For the deer.
These are the wildflower beds on either side of our apple orchard. A week or two later, I spread out the wildflower seeds over the areas that Chuck had tilled up.
About to get started on putting in our plants for the garden. We are going ahead with phase 2 this year, adding some permanent plants in here, hopefully permanent if they survive. And so I've got all the holes dug. I think I'm putting in about 18 plants this year. Got a couple of different varieties of blueberries, and then I've got Concord grapes and Niagara grapes, heritage raspberries, and Chester thornless blackberries. So those will be interesting to see how we like them.
Hey guys, it is a spectacular day here and we are back outside getting the prep done for the garden. As you can see behind me, the tarp that we laid down a few weeks ago got blown up in a huge windstorm. So Chuck and I decided that we're gonna till the ground one more time and then lay that back out and then really start planning what we're going to plant. So Chuck just pulled up with the tractor and I'm gonna go help him hook up the till and get this ground churned up. Unhooking the mower. So this is supposed to be an easy release, something that I could do on my own.
It's supposed to be. Yeah.
It's not proven to be the case right now. Nothing is easy with this equipment.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Ever.
Woo! There we go.
Well, that's not the right.
Oh, that's, you just unhooked the,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, can you lift it up just a little bit?
Yep. Nice. Unhooked. Okay, so now we got to bring it over to the tiller. Oh yeah, baby. You need more? Yay. Fabulous. Somebody just come up to see what's going on. Hey girl. Hi. The curious cow. We got the 3 attachments on and now we just need to hook up the PTO shaft.
Just put this in like that.
Good. Plugs right in and then you turn it.
We are hooked up.
Woohoo! Time for some tilling, baby.
Finally.
Yeah, like how long later? 45 minutes later?
Oh,
Sweet. Heading to the garden. I am trying to get the PTO shaft to start, and it is not working for me. I am pushing down and forward, just like Chuck did, and it does not turn on. What am I doing wrong? Down and forward. Nothing. Yay, it's not just me. neutral? Do I need to get in drive? Nothing. Oh my God! What?
Yeah,
what is it?
I sit in the seat differently.
It's you. Yeah, it's how you sit in the seat.
Magic seat.
Oh my gosh, that's absurd. How did you get that started? Seriously, let me see you push it again. What? What did you do? I mean, you do nothing different than I was doing. Clutch is on. Okay. Folks, you see. And on the brake. And nothing's working. Seriously, this is so unbelievably aggravating. Okay, I'm gonna put it in drive. I'm gonna put it in gear. And then I'm gonna turn it on. It's not working. That is so aggravating. It will not work for me. He just got in and pushed the button and it turned on for him. Why? Why will it not work for me? This is like the biggest conundrum of my life right now. So I've given up. Chuck's gonna do it. We are running out of time. So we need to till this sucker up and get that tarp down and then get on with our day. There it goes, finally. Gotta get something done today. Look at that soil, friends. Oh my goodness. That, I'm praying it produces amazing vegetables for us this summer. Good morning, friends. So the other day when Chuck and I were working in the garden, we ran out of time and were not able to lay our black tarp down. And so this morning, we're gonna run up there and do that really quickly so that I can get started planting some of our seeds and see if anything grows from them. So we're on our way up. Hopefully we can get lots accomplished today. You're so hot. The soil looks so beautiful without any weeds or anything in it. Fantastic.
It stays that way.
I know, doubt it. So we laid this tarp out a couple weeks ago and Chuck planted some berry bushes and had already made the holes, so that's why we had to get it lined up so that they would cover the holes that were already made, and we were poking the berry bushes through. Hopefully they survived. No, some of them died.
A couple. The vast majority are dead.
Dang it.
Almost all of them.
We have gotten the tarp down and stapled in place, pegged in place, but we have run out of them. So we are praying that another windstorm doesn't come through and blow the tarps up before we get more of the staples. So we just got to keep our eye on it, check on it. We've tucked some of the tarp underneath the fencing, so hopefully that'll help hold it in place as well. But these are the last staples there. Hi, Capella.
Are you supervising me?
Is he doing a good enough job, baby girl? Where's Capone? He's just chilling. We've come back up to the garden to do just a little bit more work, and then we'll probably let it sit for a little while. But I wanted to show you what we have planted so far and what we're going to be planting today. Here we have some potato mounds that Chuck and Gabe planted the other day. And over here we have onions, which have already been sprouted, and we planted them like so. And garlic. Oh my goodness, this is exciting. Look, garlic sprouts coming up. That's awesome. Yum. Okay, let's see what else we have over here. And some marigolds. Ooh, these guys are looking a little yellowy. This is the kale. And then the basil. And then we have Swiss chard, oregano, cabbage, tomato plants, which survived the cold, and broccoli. We definitely need more broccoli. And then this is all, I can't quite remember what that is. I'll have to look at my map. But this is all corn down here. We got to get this situated. So the corn I planted a couple weeks ago has not really sprouted up at all. In fact, the tarp got blown up again. And we get a lot of winds up here. And we don't know if it had sprouted, if it died off from a frost that we had. So we're gonna replant the corn. And Chuck bought a new tool, and we're gonna test it out and see how it does for planting the seeds.
This is the Earthway seed planter for gardens. And I watched Josh from Stony Ridge, and he had one that had been passed down, I think from his grandfather to his father to him. And I looked at it, and they haven't changed the design hardly at all, which tells me this is a really good planter. And so we bought one, and basically you pour the seed in the hopper here, push it forward.
See the disc right there.
And those little discs basically rotate from the power of the wheel turns a gear, which rotates these little discs, which scoop up seed of different sizes. The reason there's all these discs is because seed changes from radishes super small, you can see the little tiny holes there, to something like peas, much larger. So it's really designed to go with many different types of seed sizes in your garden. We even down to lettuce and turnip seeds, very small. So you also adjust this shoe up and down. So you can see the depth of planting.
Oh.
So you move it up and down. If you want to plant shallow, you move it up.
Okay.
If you want to plant deep, you go down.
That's cool. And then you said you have to lean it slightly to the right?
Yeah, just to let the gravity push this, make sure the seeds are up against the little disc.
Sweet. Sweet for sweet corn. Go into the ground, sweet corn. Look at baby. Oh, there's a lot of seeds coming out. Come on, little seedlings, drop on out. I see them.
Look at this. One more skill for the Freedom Ranch Homestead Queen.
Woohoo! And it's lightweight, easy to carry, which I really appreciate.
Okay, Vanna, nice. Nice work.
We've planted a pretty wide variety of plants, and we still have a lot of planting left to do. You know, this is all so new to me, and I'm learning like what kind of things are good to place next to the other things. And it's a learning process for me. And you know, Chuck has been helpful because I get overwhelmed, and he's like, Brooke, just plant the stuff. Don't worry about it. Just don't overthink it. And I have a tendency to overthink things. So I'm hoping that we'll actually able to get a lot more produce than we did last year, and I'm going to learn how to can more vegetables. I made some salsa last year that I canned up, and I absolutely loved it. So I'm pretty psyched up to do that with the tomatoes that grow from our garden. But we'll keep you posted on how things are growing and looking. And we just appreciate you guys checking in with us. And we'll see you all again very soon. Take care. Baby, I just want to see the babies. I just want to see them. Look at you guys. Look at, oh my goodness, they're little babies. Good mama. I know. I'll leave you alone. Peeking outside, wondering. Oh, there's one stepping out. Oh. Hi guys. Got all your babies with you, huh? Oh no, we got a little one stuck in the water. Mama, can you help it out? Took a little bath. There you go. Hey, sweetie, you want to go back to your mama? Yeah. There you go.